It's dawn at Terrain, near Thanesar in northern India, and the air is thick with dust. The sun barely breaks the horizon, turning the sky blood red. A Ghurid cavalryman named Rashid sits on his horse in the front line, checking his composite bow one more time. Around him, thousands of mounted warriors stretch across the plain. Muhammad Ghori's army, come to conquer the Rajput kingdoms and open the road to the riches of India. Rashid is confident. He's fought in a dozen battles across Persia and Afghanistan. He knows how cavalry warfare works. Fast, mobile, hit and run. The Ghurids are masters of mounted archery. They circle, they shoot, they retreat before the enemy can respond. They've broken armies twice their size with this tactic. The Rajputs ahead? Just another Hindu kingdom. Heavy cavalry, slow infantry. They'll stand in formation and wait to be surrounded. Standard, predictable. A commander rides past, shouting orders.
Quickly! Break their line before they can form up!
Rashid nudges his horse forward with the rest of the line. Thousands of hooves begin to move. The ground trembles. War drums beat in rhythm. Horns blow. The Ghurid cavalry surges forward at a trot, then a canter, building speed. This is what they do best. The shock of the charge, arrows raining down, enemy formations breaking before they even make contact. But something feels different this morning. The Rajput army ahead isn't moving. They're not scrambling to form defensive positions. They're not panicking. They're just standing there, waiting, calm. Rashid squints through the dust. The Rajput banners are visible now, bright colors, red and gold, fluttering in the morning breeze. Their cavalry sits motionless on the flanks. Their infantry holds spears in tight ranks. And at the front, there's something massive. A wall of shadow that shouldn't be there. The charge continues. 200 yards, 150. The Ghurid archers begin to draw their bows, preparing to lose the first volley. Rashid pulls an arrow from his quiver, knocks it, draws the string back to his cheek. His horse knows the rhythm. Gallop, shoot, wheel away, reload. 100 yards. And then the dust clears. The world stops. The elephants stood in a broad, spaced line, not touching, but close enough to look like a continuous barrier. Not one, not five, dozens of them. Indian elephants, massive beyond anything Rashid has ever imagined. Each one stands 10 feet tall at the shoulder, weighing 4 tons, covered in metal and leather armor. Forehead plates gleam in the morning light. Wooden howdahs sit on their backs, carrying archers with arrows already nocked. Bells hang from their sides, clanging with each step. Banners flutter from their towers. And on their heads, mahouts sit with iron hooks, guiding the beasts with practiced calm. The elephants trumpet, a sound like thunder, like the earth itself screaming. Rashid's horse hears it first. The animal's ears flatten, its eyes go wide. It begins to rear, fighting the reins. Around him, the entire Ghurid charge falters. Horses stumble, riders shout in confusion. Someone screams.
Elephants! Elephants ahead! Hold formation! Hold!
A commander tries to shout, but his voice is lost in the chaos. Rashid fights to control his mount. The horse is terrified. They have never been this close to a massed front line of armored elephants before. 3 days earlier, Muhammad Ghori's army marched south from Afghanistan into northern India. Ghori himself, Sultan of the Ghurid Empire, conqueror of cities, breaker of kingdoms, rode at the head of his forces. He'd already taken Multan and Uch. Now he wanted the Rajput strongholds, the wealthy cities, the trade routes, the glory of conquering India itself. His army was formidable. 20,000 cavalry, the best horse archers in the world. Men who could shoot accurately at full gallop, who could feint and retreat and strike from unexpected angles. They wore light chainmail and leather lamella vests, conical helmets with nasal guards. They carried composite bows, curved sabers, lances, and small shields. They were fast, mobile, deadly. The Rajputs had sent out their champion to meet him, Prithviraj Chauhan III, king of Ajmer and Delhi, the most powerful Rajput ruler in northern India. Prithviraj was young, bold, famous for his military prowess. He'd united several Rajput clans under his banner and marched north to meet the Ghurid invasion. The two armies met at Terrain, a flat plain perfect for cavalry warfare. Both sides made camp, both sides prepared. But the Ghurids didn't know what they were about to face. The Ghurids had seen elephants before, but never a full line of heavily armed war elephants advancing in unison. The scale, discipline, armor, and noise still shocked their horses and rattled their nerves. Indian war elephants had been used in battle for over 1,000 years. Alexander the Great had faced them and been shocked by their power. Roman generals wrote about them with a mixture of awe and fear. They were living siege engines. A single elephant could break through a shield wall, trample infantry, scatter cavalry. They were the ultimate psychological weapon, because nothing in warfare prepared soldiers or their horses for the sight and sound of an elephant charging. The Rajputs knew this. They'd built their entire battle doctrine around it. Heavy cavalry on the flanks, infantry in the center, and at the very front, the elephants. A wall of unstoppable force. Prithviraj's commanders inspected the elephant line the night before battle. Each beast was equipped properly. Metal forehead plates to protect against arrows, leather armor on the flanks, wooden howdahs carrying 2 or 3 warriors, archers with longbows, spearmen with iron-tipped weapons. The mahouts checked their ankus hooks, the tools they used to guide and control the animals. Everything was ready. A Rajput officer, a man named Sangram, walked along the line of elephants, checking each one personally. These weren't just weapons, they were investments. Training a war elephant took years. They had to be desensitized to noise, to fire, to the smell of blood. They had to learn to obey commands in the middle of chaos. A good war elephant was worth more than 100 horses. Sangram stopped at the largest elephant, a massive bull named Kasari, 30 years old, battle-tested in a dozen small fights. The mahout sat on Kasari's neck, feeding him grain.
Is he ready?
Sangram asked. The mahout nodded.
He knows what's coming, Sangram. He's been through this before. The enemy has never faced elephants deployed in such a huge, organized line. Then we have already won.
The mahout was right. The Rajputs didn't just have a tactical advantage. They had a weapon that would break the enemy's will before the battle even truly began. The Ghurid charge has collapsed into chaos. Horses panic, kicking up dirt as they twist and stumble, trying to break away from the crush. Riders fall. Arrows fly but scatter uselessly. Some hit the elephant armor and bounce off. Others fly wide as the archers struggle to control their panicking mounts. Rashid finally gets his horse under control, but only by wheeling it around, away from the elephants. Other riders do the same. The entire Ghurid front line is turning into a confused mass of men trying to regain order. A second commander rides up screaming,
Archers! Target the mahouts! Bring down the drivers!
Some Ghurid archers manage to draw and lose. Arrows arc toward the elephant line. A few hit mahouts. One falls from his elephant, tumbling to the ground. But the elephant doesn't panic. Another Rajput warrior climbs up from the howdah and takes control. The beast barely slows. More arrows fly. They hit the elephants themselves, sinking into thick hide, sticking into armor. The elephants trumpet again, louder this time. But they don't retreat. They don't scatter. They stand firm, a living wall. And then the Rajput archers in the howdahs begin to shoot back. From their elevated position, 10 feet above the ground, they have perfect lines of sight. Their arrows rain down on the disorganized Ghurid cavalry. Men fall, horses scream. The Gurid formation, already shaken, begins to break apart.
Fall back! Regroup!
Someone shouts, but it's too late for regrouping. Because now, the elephants are moving forward. The mahouts give commands. The elephants step forward in unison, their massive feet thudding against the earth. The ground shakes with each step. Dust rises in clouds. The sound is like rolling thunder. Rashid watches in horror as the wall of grey flesh and metal advances. An elephant reaches the edge of the Gurid line. A group of riders tries to attack it with lances. The elephant's trunk lashes out, a limb as thick as a man's torso, moving with shocking speed. The rider is thrown 10 feet through the air and crashes to the ground. Another elephant uses its tusks, iron-capped and sharpened, to gore a horse. Blood sprays. The horse collapses. Its rider scrambles away on foot, but the elephant's foot comes down. The man disappears beneath the weight. The Gurid cavalry is not built for this kind of fighting. They're skirmishers, hit-and-run specialists. They need distance, mobility, and space to maneuver. But the elephants are taking all of that away. Every time a Gurid rider gets close, his horse panics. Every time they try to form a line, the elephants break it. Rashid turns his horse and rides back, away from the nightmare. Around him, hundreds of other Gurids are doing the same. The charge has become a retreat. Behind the elephant line, Rajput commanders watch with calm satisfaction. Everything is going exactly as planned. Sangram sits on his warhorse, armored in bright chainmail, a round helmet decorated with gold leaf on his head. He watches the Gurid cavalry scatter like leaves in a storm. Beside him, another officer grins.
Their horses cannot stand the elephants, just as you said.
Sangram nods.
They're brave, but that means nothing if their horses panic and throw them.
On the flanks, Rajput heavy cavalry waits. They wear brightly colored tunics under their mail. They carry long spears and heavy khanda swords. Their horses are trained to fight alongside elephants. They've grown up with the beasts. They know the smell. They don't panic. A horn blows. Prithviraj Chauhan himself gives the signal. The Rajput cavalry charges from both flanks, sweeping around the elephant line, crashing into the disorganized Gurid forces. The Gurids try to respond. Some units manage to wheel around and shoot arrows. Some fight back with sabers. But they're scattered, confused, their formations broken. The Rajputs hit them like a hammer on glass. The battle becomes a slaughter. Gurid riders flee in all directions. Some try to rally around their commanders. Others just run, heading north, back toward Afghanistan. The elephants continue their slow, unstoppable advance, crushing anyone too slow to get out of the way. And then, in the center of the chaos, Muhammad Ghori himself is struck. A single arrow found its mark, striking Ghori and knocking him from his horse. The Sultan falling sent a shockwave through the Gurid ranks. The Sultan gasps, slumps in his saddle. His guards surround him, drag him back, throw him onto a fresh horse, and flee north at full gallop. The Gurid army, seeing their Sultan wounded and retreating, collapses completely. The battle is over.
They break. Sound the victory cry.
The battlefield is quiet now. Only the groans of the wounded and the cries of circling scavengers break the silence. The elephants stand calmly in formation as their mahouts feed them grain and water, blood and dust streaking their armor, but leaving them unharmed. Rajput soldiers cheer, drums thunder. Prithviraj Chauhan rides along the line, accepting salutes. The victory is absolute. The Gurid invasion is broken, and Ghori has fled, wounded and disgraced. Sangram dismounts beside Kesari, the great elephant that led the charge. The mahout washes blood from the tusks as Sangram rests a hand on the elephant's warm flank.
You did well, old friend.
Nearby, Rajput officers quietly review the battle. They're celebrating, but one of them, an older commander, looks troubled.
Ghori escaped.
Another officer waves dismissively.
He's wounded. His army is destroyed. He won't come back.
But the older commander shakes his head.
You don't know him. Gori never gives up. He will return. And next time he will be prepared.
Sangram hears this. He looks north, toward Afghanistan, where the remnants of the Ghurid army are fleeing. The old commander is right. This was a great victory, but it wasn't the end.
Then we will be ready.
Sangram says quietly.
The elephants saved us today. They will save us again.
But in his heart, he wonders, will they? Gori has seen the elephants now. He knows their power. He also knows their weaknesses. Next time, he will come with a plan. If this tale of unstoppable living weapons blew your mind, just wait. The next story is about a weapon so terrifying it made entire fleets panic. Click on it, and we'll see you in the next forgotten medieval story.